This video is to replace the live recording of the convocation session You Had Me at Group Work, Student Group Interactions in Canvas. So once again, my name is Mallory Alvarez. I am the Canvas/Instructional Technology Support for Palo Alto Campus. This is all of my information. If you're watching this video on the YouTube channel, please look in the details section of the video because there will be the PDF to this presentation there for you to download. So this is a quick timeline of what we're going to be discussing. And the first thing I want to talk about is creating groups in Canvas. So here's something you need to understand. Before group work can begin, you need to break students into groups. You cannot create group assignments until these student groups have been made. Play this quick little video for you. The purpose of this video is to walk you through the steps you need to take in order to create any groups for your Canvas course. Please keep in mind, in order to do this, your students must already be added into your Canvas course. So first step is I'm going to click on People. And then I'm going to click the Group tab. And then I'm going to click Group Set. For this example, I want to create a set of groups, and I'm going to call this my Teamwork group. And I want the Teamwork group to be the group that I select whenever I do any discussions or assignments. And then I'm going to state that I want Canvas to create my groups for me, and I want these to be a group of 3. And I'm not worried if the same number of students are in each group. And I don't really want to assign any kind of leadership roles to my group. So I'm going to click Save. And now I can see that Canvas has created the groups for me. And if I click on each of the Teamwork groups, Teamwork 1, 2, and 3, I see the list of students that were generated by Canvas. And because I had this set up automatically, any new additional students would automatically be added into these groups. Now please keep in mind, I kept my group number to just 3 because I have a very small number of students in my Canvas course. So you want to make sure that you select the amount of groups that you want depending on the size of the student population that's assigned to your Canvas course. So say if I wanted to add another group. So I'm going to click Add a Group Set. I'm going to call this one Project. And then I'm going to ask that Canvas create groups of 3. And again, it's not going to worry me if they don't have the same number of students. I'm not going to add a leadership role to these groups. Then I'm going to click Save. So these are the steps you would need to take if you are assigning groups to your Canvas course. Another bit of information, so once these groups have been created, students will see that they are already placed into groups. See, and this is a screenshot of the groups that I made for my students in my Fake Canvas course. So in their to-do list, they see that they've been included in 2 new groups. And keep that in mind that even though you haven't created a group assignment, students will still see this and they're still able to click on it to view who's in their group, despite whether or not you might have assigned group work. And another great feature that I want to discuss is that you are able to rearrange or even remove students within the group. So in that video, I had made my groups, and when I clicked on them, I could see how many were each one. Now these little dots right here, when you click on these dots and hold the mouse down, you're able to kind of drag the names into different groups. You're even able to, say, remove a student from that group as well. And let's say, for example, that you had a student who was not doing anything and not participating. So let's just say Raleigh here, a lot of students told me they've reached out. I've reached out, and Raleigh's just not. He's just not having it. He's just too busy. for his group work. So what I can do and what I would recommend is that I would create a fourth group, and I would just click and drag Raleigh into his own group, a group of one. So the reason why I suggest that you just break the groups up into one additional group, whenever you assign group work or create a group assignment and you say you want to assign the teamwork groups are going to get this, you want to make sure that Raleigh or that student is also still receiving those group assignments. So if you were to create a different group name, meaning you have teamwork and then you don't have Raleigh at all in any of the groups, then anytime you make a group assignment, he's being left out of any assignments that you might create. So I highly recommend that you just make an additional group and have that one student in their own personal group of one. Now this section is going to be covering creating group assignments. So now that your group is created, we can start creating group assignments. And I made this quick little video to walk you through two different ways that you can go about this.
The purpose of this video is to walk you through creating a group assignment. So I'm going to show you two ways to do this. One is already taking an assignment and simply switching it to a group assignment. And to do that, you would simply click on Assignments that's in your Navigation tab, and you will see all the assignments that you have made or that are going to be coming up pretty soon. You can take one of these assignments, then click Edit, and then you will scroll all the way down to the bottom and you're able to select, this is a group assignment, and then you will select which group to choose. Please keep in mind, you cannot complete this step until you've already created the student groups. If you haven't created student groups yet, you need to go back into your home page, click on People, and create those student groups. So in this case, my groups have already been made, and I'm going to select the teamwork group, fill out my due date, and then I will click Save. Now this is considered a group assignment. Another way to make a group assignment is by clicking on Assignments, clicking Plus Assignment, and here you would create all the basic information that is needed. Any instructions, you can attach any rubrics that you might need to attach. Put your points in here. Once all of that information is filled, you will simply once again scroll down and click This is a group assignment and select your group. You will then put your due date and then click Save and Publish.
And here's another awesome idea as well, is that you could even create a single group assignment that instructs each group to work on something different. So in that video, in the text box where I say this is where you want to put that information, you can easily put group 1 does this, group 2 does this, group 3 will do this, and group 4 will do this. And they all have their instructions in one location. So now let's talk about students interacting in their groups. So they've been put into groups. They have now been given a group assignment. How do they interact with each other? I created this video to kind of give you the student side of that group interaction. And their groups can always be found on their home page.
The purpose of this video is to show you how students would access any groups that you create or put them in. So here I'm in my student, one of my students' accounts in my fake Canvas course. And once a student is added into a group, how they access that group is to go on their home page right here, and here under their to-do list, they have the word course groups. Now this is not really going to appear until they get placed in a group. Now here as the student, I can see I've been added into a group called Teamwork, and I'm in Teamwork 1. So when I click on it, here I'm almost in an exact miniature version of a Canvas course. And right now there are no messages or anything because, none of my team members have started to post anything. So if I wanted to know who was in my group, I can clearly see. I can also see who my teachers are as well. And if I wanted to start a discussion with my group, I can clearly just hit new discussion. I can create a discussion post and I can call it planning. And I can say, hey guys, let's post our ideas for the project here. And I can click save. And now I'm here able to interact with my fellow group members. And if anyone decides to share files that can connect to our group work, that's available as well. And once I'm done communicating with my group for that day, all I have to do is simply click on the title of my Canvas course, and then I'm brought back to my Canvas course homepage.
And here's kind of another screenshot that displays how students can find their group. And then you could even say all group interaction must stay on the Canvas course. I highly recommend, if you're going to be doing group work in Canvas, that you explain to the students how they're able to find their group and what tools are available to help them interact with their group. And feel free to even use my video as an explanation for them to follow, or you could even use this screenshot if you like. And I would just find it a lot easier for the instructor to, observe who's interacting and how much they're interacting if you ask that they keep all interactions in their Canvas page. And that's just another tidbit of that might be useful if you plan on utilizing groups in your Canvas course. Something else you would really need to explain to the students is that submitting a group assignment in Canvas, only one student from each group would need to submit the assignment. So if there are 4 groups, then there should only be 4 submissions. And they need to understand that once one group member submits on behalf of the group, the assignment will be marked as complete in each of the other members in that Canvas course. So if someone from group 1 submits their assignment, all the other members in group 1 are going to have that assignment marked as complete. So they need to understand that once someone submits, that's it. If they made a mistake, they need to contact you so that way you can allow them to resubmit that assignment. Here's another great bit of information. So what do the student notifications look like for group assignments? And that's going to be very similar to any other notification that they would receive about Canvas. So once an assignment becomes available to students, they will be notified and they'll receive the notification in their to-do list in their dashboard and homepage within their Canvas course. Even though it's a group assignment, the notifications are not going to be any different from a notification that they would receive on just receiving a regular assignment or a quiz. It's all going to be kind of the same. And just like any other notification, once the due date has passed or once the assignment has been turned in, that group work notification will disappear. And I have a little screenshot here that says their to-do list has nothing for now because their group work has been submitted. And this notification will only reflect until the next group activity appears. And keep in mind, as stated before, even if you don't have a group assignment, that teamwork or that course group interaction of communication will always be available to that student until you remove the groups from the Canvas course completely. So remember that this does not have anything to do with whether or not there's a group assignment that has been given. So now we're talking about tracking and grading groups. So once student groups have been made and a group assignment has been assigned, the instructor is able to visit each of these groups' homepage in Canvas. And this video right here is going to kind of walk you through how you are able to do that. And I already have kind of a screenshot here giving you a preview of what those steps are going to look like.
The purpose of this video is to demonstrate how instructors can track their groups that they've created in Canvas. So here I'm going to click onto people. When I do, I will see a list of student names, and I'll also see an additional tab. Now, you will only have an additional tab once you've already created groups for your students. So here I created a group, and here I can see the list of students that are in my group. Also, next to each one of these groups, there is 3 dots. When I click on this dot, it says Visit Group Home Page. I can click on this, and here I can see how my group is interacting with each other. Have they done anything with pages? Has anyone started a discussion? And when I click here, I can see that indeed someone has started talking. And I can see which one of my students are taking the initiative in the group. And of course, I can easily switch between the groups to check on each one. And after a time, if I don't see anything here, I can easily message my students and say, hey, I need to see you guys starting to communicate or post in Canvas, things like that. So it gives you a good idea to check up on your groups and see where each one is at. And then once I would like to leave the home page, I just click back on the title of my Canvas course, and then I am brought back to my Canvas course.
And just so you know, Canvas allows the instructors the ability to communicate with each group. So you're able to post a discussion or add to any discussion that's already been created in their group. You could even put an announcement within each group. And you're also able to message individual students within the group. And that can be easily accomplished just by, clicking on people and then clicking the names of that students. And what I mean by clicking on people, I mean once you're already in the group view of the Canvas course, you can then in the group view, so Teamwork 1, I could go into Teamwork 1, I see a discussion, and then I also see the word people. And when I click on it, I can see which students are in that group, and I could always click on that student's name and message them privately. So for example, if one student isn't showing any interaction at all, I can message them privately. And now let's talk about grading group work. So Canvas allows the instructors the ability to grade group work in 2 different ways. The first option, Canvas will have each group assignment set up in Gradebook to be graded. The given grade will be given to all group members in Gradebook. So in other words, group work equals less grading. And what I mean is that, say if each one of your groups has 5 students and you have 5 groups of 5, you would only need to grade 5 different submissions. And every time you grade a submission, every single one of those members from that single submission would all receive the same grade. The second option is that Canvas does allow you to grade the students individually. If you decide to go with the first option, keep in mind you can still override any group grade in case a student did not earn the same grade as the rest of their group members. And this little video here will walk you through that.
For this example, I have already created my groups, and I have also created a group assignment. So now I'm going to go in and grade this group assignment. So when I click on my gradebook, I'm going to select the assignment that was created for groups, and then I'm going to select SpeedGrader. And here in the corner, you can see that this is titled Teamwork 1, and that it is group 1 out of 4. And here I can go in and grade as I normally would for any student submission that's posted here. And in this case, it's a paper. And I'm going to grade using a rubric. So I'm going to go in here and put my score. I'm going to click Save. Then I will also go through and do that again for the third group. Now I'm going to click back to Gradebook. And as you can see here, all the students that were within the same group all got the same scores. So my group that had 3 students all got the same score of 91. Now, if for some reason I can say that, a lot of students emailed me and complained that Raleigh didn't do anything for the group, and I can clearly see that he didn't take part in any of the group discussions that I created on Canvas, I can go in and manually change his grade so that way it's different from his fellow group members. But whenever you create a group assignments and you grade that group assignment, only one group member needs to submit the assignment, and when it gets graded, all of the group members would receive the same grade. So the purpose of this video was just to demonstrate how a group assignment is graded in Canvas.
So just to kind of recap, we covered creating groups in Canvas, creating group assignments, and students interacting in their groups and tracking and grading groups. So this presentation pretty much just covered the tools that are available if you would like to have groups in your Canvas course.